I know. It's like really bad. All right. Hi guys. Hi YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Welcome in. It's your girl, Soul Alignment Coach Uma, coming to you tonight. I know I need a neti pot. Oh my gosh. I got like a headache with the 10 habits that block your success. Now, I am, for those of you that don't know, I know most of you guys know me as a psychic and a medium where I give readings. And then some of you might know me as a teacher. I probably taught you a class or two here and there. But did you guys also know that I'm a coach? Yeah, who would have figured? I am a coach, a soul alignment coach, which is pretty much a life coach. I'm a certified life coach, but I like to focus on the bigger picture. Like, what's the general picture? So it's like the difference between me and a life coach is a life coach is going to try to get you to get your life together. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try to get you to get your life together in accordance with your soul plan, the reason for you being born, your whole existence. All right. So, this talk that I'm doing tonight, the 10 habits that block your success, is one of the talks I do with my coaching clients as we get ready to work together. And I just kind of remind them, like, these are the things you're going to have to be looking out for as we work together. So I'm going to go over it with you. If you're here live, you can ask me questions anytime. If you're watching on the recording, please feel free to drop your question in the comment section and I will get to it when I see it. All right. And if anybody wants to follow up with me, for your own 1 hour coaching session or doing a coaching program. I have three: a 1 month, 3 month, or 6 months. Check out my website, thelotusandthelight.com, and you'll get more information and you can contact me from there. And everyone is always available for a free discovery call. What is a discovery call? It's me and you just sitting down, talking on the phone, and letting me know what you're looking for, what you're looking to do, and then me kind of giving you some advice about what I offer that can help you get to where you need to get to. All right. So without further ado, let's jump in. The 10 habits that block your success. Number one, it is the blame game. I'm laughing about this because I literally have a friend that blames everybody but himself for his downfall. He's just not learned the lesson. When we blame other people, we shift responsibility from ourselves. And the truth is that the world we live in operates by natural law, the natural laws of the universe. So, realistically, theoretically, hypersensitively, someone cannot take us from what is ours. So, there's no use for blaming them. Oh, he made me late. Oh, she didn't give me all the information. It's not anybody else's job but your own. So, the first thing you want to do is get rid of this habit of blaming people and start owning that it is you. I recently went through this with a friend of mine because I got into it with another friend and I said something I shouldn't have said. And I called her the very next day and I apologized. I was like, I brought your name. I totally dragged you into that. You were doing nothing. You were minding your business, but I had to tell you. And they're mad at me, of course, but at the same time, it's like I'm not going to blame. Oh well, the other person made me do it because no, they were doing what they were doing, but I didn't have to fall for it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lesson for me that as these things come up and happen, yes, own your responsibility, Oma, but don't blame anybody else. You did that, not that person. You did it. So own it. Why is it so important to accept blame? Because that it empowers you. When you realize that there's nobody around you that is causing you to feel the way you feel, that in of itself is empowering. So allow yourself to feel that empowerment by just owning it. It's actually very refreshing. Like I said, I had to recently go through it, and I was like, wow. I know I'm not perfect, but it felt really good owning that and saying I did that and not pushing it off to anybody else because uh, it felt freeing in a sense. So, number one is blame. That is a habit that blocks you from success because if you keep blaming people, then you keep believing that other people have what? They have jurisdiction over your life, right? Take that back. Number two, procrastination. Lord, is that a big one? Mm-mm-mm. Procrastination says something differently to me, though. So, if I got a project to do and I'm procrastinating, I don't force myself to do the project. I start to sit and meditate and think about why don't I want to do this project? Because when things are in alignment and when you're living a life of alignment, everything flows. You could get stuff done in 2 days that would have taken you 10 days. You could get stuff done in 1 hour that would have taken you 4 hours. Why? Because of alignment. So if I'm like constantly putting something off, like the book, I just wrote Chronicles of a Spirit Walker, shameless plug on Amazon, Amazon bestseller. But get this, I wrote this book years ago and I had like a couple more chapters to finish, but for whatever reason, I couldn't finish the chapters. Sorry, my mint broke, my halls. As you guys can hear, I'm congested. I could not finish the book. So what I did was I allowed myself to walk away from the book. And it took me a couple years, maybe 3 or 4 years. And I came back to it. And when I came back to it, I literally finished it in 1 month. 1 month, knocked it out, got it published, Amazon bestseller in 4 categories, #1 hot new release in 5 categories. It did well. Because why? Because I'm following a life of alignment, an alignment life. So procrastination is not a bad thing if you can look at procrastination as it's directing you to something better. And now all you got to do is figure out what that better is. Does that make sense? I'm assuming people are listening. All right, number 3, distractions. Now, I put distraction right under procrastination because I feel there's some sort of tie there. If you're always wanting to distract from doing what you have to do, it's again the timing, the alignment is not there. Oh, I got to write this book. Let me go watch Netflix. Oh, I got to write this book. Let me go wash the dishes in the sink. Oh, I got to write this book. I haven't called my friend in a while. Let me call them and see what's going on with them. You're distracting. And if you're distracting, it means you don't want to do what you're supposed to do. And if you don't want to do it, what's Uma going to tell you? Don't do it. But feel good about it that you're not doing it. I'm not doing it because the time is not right now, but it will be. And when it does, I'm going to feel a-okay. All right. Number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is excuses. Again, if you have an excuse for everything, then you don't learn anything. And it's easy for you to sidestep your responsibility. Oh, I couldn't do this thing because time ran out and I had to feed the kids. Here's the problem with excuses. Once you say it enough, you start to believe it. And that's kind of worse than just actually saying, I didn't do it. My bad. I messed up. Because once you start saying it as you hear it come out your mouth, you're beginning to realize you're making excuses for your excuses. And then you're just going to have a life of excuses. Change that habit. Did you work on your book today? No. Why? I didn't want to. Not, I got distracted, I procrastinated, I didn't want to. And feel the power of those words in your life. All right. Number 5, victim mentality. That goes along with the blame one. But the victim mentality is always seeing you get the short end of the stick and somebody else always doing better. The problem with this is that if you're focusing on other people, why are they getting this and I'm not getting this? Then a lot of your energy is going to support other people's dreams, not your own. Right? If I see my friends excelling and getting ahead of me, I'm happy because then that's going to be me soon. So I just got to hang tight, wait when it's my turn. And when it's my turn, it's going to be glorious. And hopefully they're going to celebrate me the way I celebrate them. So the victim mentality has to go because, again, it steals your power. Number 6, judgments. In Access Consciousness, I teach and I provide Access Bars sessions, and I love it because it forces you to change your mindset on how you think about things. And the one thing I love about it is that judgments tell you like where you're focusing and you're focusing in a negative way. So what's a judgment? It's a negative thought about somebody. Oh, I'm judging this person. I'm judging the way they look or the way they talk or whatever else. But all that energy is going to support that person. Where's the energy for you? That's why I tell people if you have haters, great, take that energy. Because even though they're sending you negative energy, it's still energy. Did you guys follow that? Sorry, guys. Trying to talk while having a cough and sore throat is hard. But I got my water and I got my halls. So Be careful and be mindful of how much judgments you're making. Where you want to be for a successful life is neutral. As you hear things, as they come in, pay attention to what you're receiving, but also try not to get emotionally attached because it has no bearing in your life. And I'll tell you something about time wasters. These are people who keep trying to involve you in drama that's not your own drama. And we have a word for that called energy vampires. They're not intentionally doing it. They're not even sometimes aware that they're doing it, but just be aware for yourself because all of that could have been time you could have been working on your goals, your dreams, your vision, not anything else. All right. All right. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's 12 habits. Okay. Actually, no, it is 10. Here we go. All right. Number 7, lack of discipline, aka no routine. Um, Rome wasn't built in a day, and the house is not going to get built by you just wishing it, dreaming it, thinking it. You got to put some elbow grease in. So, if you have a project or a dream, it's time for you to set out your baby steps, leading to the larger steps, leading to the overall picture steps, right? And you have to figure out like how I get from A to Z. And it is pre-planned and calculated. Like I know us in the spiritual circle, we like to say, "Oh, I'll just leave it to spirit." Well, that's great for you to get the starting points and then also for spirit to kind of tell you what the next move is, but at some point you got to put some elbow grease in. So, get rid of your lack of discipline. Hello, welcome in. And start being disciplined about your dreams, your goals, and your manifestations because it's going to get there, but it's going to get there with hard work. All right. Um, Number 8, self doubt. Here's the thing, if you have something, a dream of yours or a goal of yours, it cannot survive if you yourself doubt it. Did you guys know that? It's all energy, guys. And every project, every business, every book, everything that you create has its own energy, but it needs your energy to survive. So if you're writing, again, I going back because, I just wrote my book, Amazon bestseller, Chronicles of a Spirit Walker. But the thing is if you go back to like writing a book and you're writing the book and you're like, it'll be okay. People will like it. It might not sell. Then that is the energy that the book has to take on. But if you're writing it and just losing yourself in it, and you're like, man, when people read this, they're just going to get pulled right in. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be wonderful, blah, blah, blah. When you start doing that, yeah, now you got like a bestseller on your hands. All right. So stop doubting yourself. Go for what you want to go for. If you have problems with that, get an energy healer, get a bars session, get a Reiki session, clear it out because your manifestations cannot succeed if you doubt it yourself. That was number 8. Number 9, pessimism, right? If you are a person, like I think it's kind of cute in this culture to kind of be like, oh, self-doubting or critical or highly critical. Like it's funny, but it's not because it's all energy. So if you find yourself doing that, then you have to remember that pessimism is only going to bring you more of that energy. It's going to bring you pessimistic people, pessimistic energy, pessimistic reviews. So try your best to not involve yourself with pessimism. And in fact, go all the way to the opposite and be optimistic. I like to think of myself like I am the girl that wears the rose colored glasses. I always see the best in everything. It's hard to get me down. Even when I'm going through down stuff, it's hard to get me down. So you have to adopt that attitude of gratitude and really be in that optimistic streak to get your things off the floor. My last tip of the day, 10 steps to, habits that block your success. Number 10, constantly surrounding yourself by toxic company. Now let's talk about it because toxic people, what does that mean? It's not bad people. Nobody's bad, but it's the habits of the people. So pretty much if you have friends that involve in these 10 habits, stay away from them. Blame, procrastination, distraction, excuses, victim mentality, judgments, lack of discipline, pessimism, no routine, lack of vision, self-doubt, and they also have toxic company around them. Yeah, you want to run as far as you can from them because they're only going to pull you down. They're not going to celebrate you or your wins. They're going to make you feel guilty for what you got going on for yourself because they don't have the same thing going on. And it's just like a catch 22. All right. So those are my 10 habits. I have to sum this up very quickly because my throat. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You loved it. You learned something. Drop something in the comments. Let me know. And thank you so much for coming to another Uma Talks this month. Bye, guys.